What's the shocking truth about smart people? Why is it that they often fall short? It's not what you think. Contrary to common belief, intelligence is not always an asset. There are numerous reasons why smart people often fall short. Here are 11 of them. Welcome to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video to get all the updates. Let's begin. Number 11. They're quick to judge others. Because of their sharp intellect, smart people can come off as being judgmental. And when you combine that with a narcissistic streak, you have someone who will make a snap judgment about you, which may or may not be true, but they'll stick to it anyway. While you might think that a smart person would be less likely to judge others, because they understand that everyone has strengths and weaknesses, this is unfortunately not the case. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Narcissists use their intellect to manipulate and control others, and since they believe they are superior to others, they often become condescending and judgmental. For example, a smart narcissist might say things like "you're not smart enough to understand" or "you're too stupid to realize" in order to belittle others. This can be hurtful and damaging to those on the receiving end, especially if it comes from someone who is supposed to be intelligent and rational. However, it is important to remember that not all smart people are narcissists, and not all narcissists are smart. So just because someone makes snap judgments about you doesn't necessarily mean they are either a narcissist or particularly intelligent. Number 10. They lack emotional intelligence. Smart people often struggle with understanding and managing their emotions, which can lead to problems in relationships and difficulties achieving their goals. This is because they tend to overthink things and get lost in the details, which can cause them to become overwhelmed and make irrational decisions. For example, they may say something they don't mean out of frustration or lash out at someone because they feel misunderstood. Additionally, they may find it difficult to work collaboratively with others due to their inability to read the room and pick up on social cues. This can make it challenging for them to build meaningful connections and can lead to feelings of isolation. Overall, smart people need to develop their emotional intelligence in order to better manage their emotions and improve their interpersonal relationships. Through self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills, they can learn to understand and manage their emotions, which can help them achieve their goals and live more fulfilling lives. Number 9. Their ego takes the best part of them. Smart people often have inflated egos, which can make them arrogant and overconfident. This can lead to them making foolish mistakes and failing to achieve their goals. When you're smart, you're often praised and admired by others, which can feed your ego and make you feel like you're better than everyone else. This can lead to a false sense of confidence and a belief that you're invincible. As a result, smart people can take risks without thinking things through and end up failing. Additionally, smart people may become defensive and dismissive of others' opinions, which can cause them to miss out on valuable feedback and insights. When you think you're smarter than everyone else, you stop listening to them, and that can lead to tunnel vision where you only see what you want to see. This can prevent you from considering alternative solutions and finding the best possible outcome. Ultimately, smart people need to stay humble and open-minded in order to avoid letting their ego get the best of them. Number 8. They think they know it all. Smart people often have a tendency to think they know everything, which can lead to them missing out on opportunities to learn and grow. This is known as the Dunning-Kruger effect, which describes the cognitive bias that causes people to overestimate their intelligence and abilities. As a result, smart people may become close-minded and unwilling to consider different perspectives, which can limit their understanding of a situation or topic. Furthermore, They may be too proud to ask questions or admit when they don't know something, which prevents them from gaining new knowledge and skills. By believing they already know everything, smart people may miss out on valuable opportunities for personal and professional growth. It's important for smart people to stay curious and open-minded, and to continue learning throughout their lives in order to avoid falling victim to the Dunning-Kruger effect. Number 7. They're easily bored. Smart people are often easily bored because they can quickly grasp new concepts and finish tasks quickly. This means that they need to be constantly challenged in order to stay engaged and motivated. If a task is too easy or repetitive, they will quickly lose interest and move on to something more stimulating. For example, a smart person might find a job that is not challenging enough to be uninteresting and repetitive, leading them to become bored and unproductive. Additionally, they may become easily bored with people who are not as smart as them because they may find conversations to be uninteresting or lacking in depth. This can lead to a feeling of isolation and dissatisfaction in their personal lives. To combat boredom, smart people need to find activities and challenges that match their level of intelligence and provide them with a sense of accomplishment. Number 6. They have a hard time accepting criticism. Smart people often have a hard time accepting criticism because they believe they are smarter than those who are criticizing them. This can lead to defensiveness and an unwillingness to listen to feedback, which can hinder their personal and professional growth. Additionally, smart people may be too proud to admit when they're wrong or need help, which can prevent them from learning from their mistakes and improving. When smart people receive criticism, they may become defensive and focus on proving that they are right, instead of listening to the criticism and considering it. This can lead to a breakdown in communication and an inability to work collaboratively with others. To overcome this challenge, smart people need to develop a willingness to be vulnerable and open to feedback. Number 5. They're often workaholics. Smart people often become workaholics because they are driven to succeed and constantly seek new challenges. They thrive on solving problems and accomplishing goals, which can lead them to neglect other areas of their lives such as relationships and hobbies. For example, a smart workaholic might spend long hours at work trying to climb the corporate ladder while neglecting their family and friends. Additionally, they may become so focused on achieving their goals that they fail to enjoy the present moment and live a balanced life. Workaholism can also lead to burnout and decreased productivity, which can ultimately hinder their success. Therefore, it's essential for smart people to find balance in their lives and prioritize self-care in order to avoid becoming workaholics. Number 4. They have a hard time asking for help. Smart people often find it challenging to ask for help when they need it, which can lead to unnecessary struggles and setbacks. This is because they may feel like they should be able to handle everything on their own, or that asking for help is a sign of weakness. For example, a smart person might try to fix a leaky pipe themselves even though they don't have the necessary skills, leading to further damage and a bigger headache. Additionally, they may be too proud to admit when they're wrong or need assistance, which can prevent them from learning and growing. Asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness, and can lead to greater success and fulfillment. It's important for smart people to learn when and how to ask for help in order to overcome challenges and achieve their goals. Number 3. They can't handle stress well. Smart people often have difficulty handling stress due to their perfectionist tendencies and high expectations of themselves and others. They may become overwhelmed and anxious in high-pressure situations, which can lead to poor decision-making and decreased productivity. Additionally, smart people may have a harder time relaxing and taking breaks, which can contribute to physical and mental burnout. When smart people experience stress, they may become more critical and irritable, which can damage their relationships and make it difficult to collaborate with others. To manage stress, smart people need to develop healthy coping mechanisms such as exercise, mindfulness, and seeking support from others. Number 2. They're overly critical. Smart people often have a hard time accepting things the way they are and instead try to change or improve them. This can lead to them being seen as overly critical and judgmental. For example, a smart person might constantly find fault with their partner's cooking or complain about the messiness of their living space. Additionally, they may be overly critical of their own work and find it difficult to accept praise. Being overly critical can damage relationships and make it difficult to collaborate with others. Smart people need to learn to appreciate things as they are and to focus on the positive in order to avoid being seen as overly critical. Number 1. They're loners. Smart people often prefer to be alone rather than socialize, which can lead to feelings of isolation and loneliness. This is because they may find it difficult to relate to others who are not as smart as them and may feel like outsiders. For example, a smart person might spend their free time at home reading or working on a project instead of going out with friends. Additionally, they may struggle to connect with people on an emotional level, which can make it difficult to build meaningful relationships. Loneliness can lead to decreased motivation and a lack of support, which can hinder their personal and professional growth. Smart people need to make an effort to connect with others and build meaningful relationships in order to avoid the negative effects of loneliness. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. Let us know in the comments below. Please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing content. Your support means everything to us.